We start this hour with breaking news, a chaotic situation that happened while you were sleeping along I-25 and Arapahoe Road in Greenwood Village. Thanks for joining us. I'm Corey Rose.
And I'm Jordan Chavez. We have been covering this story since we came on the air this morning. Our Lauren Scafidi is now on the scene. Lauren, again, we were seeing that flipped over truck behind you on the interstate. What are you seeing right now?
Good morning. Yeah, this is where that chase ended. You can see past the fence that white truck up in the air, completely turned on its side, all four wheels up in the air. Still a really heavy police presence here this morning and causing a lot of delays on 25 near Arapahoe Road. I'll get out of the way so you can get a better picture. But here's what we know so far. This all started around 1:30 while you were sleeping. Officers got a call about someone threatening with a gun in a red car near 32nd Avenue and 32nd Place. You're going to hear me talk a lot about a red car and a white car. So police say officers found that car heading east on Colfax, then onto 225. That's when a white truck got in the way of the officer's way of getting to the red car. Police say that a person or people in the white truck that you're looking at right here started throwing stuff out of the car as well as firing shots at officers. They then made their way to 25. Police were able to stop the white truck here at Arapahoe Road where it flipped on its side. Police say a man and a woman inside of this white truck were taken to the hospital because they were hurt. Police say that they will be arrested. We just don't know for what yet. Officers did recover a gun at the scene, and as for that red car that we were talking about, police say that that red car got away. So we're continuing to ask questions this morning. We want a description of that red car. We want to know what people should be looking out for. So as soon as we get those answers, we will bring them to you. Live in Greenwood Village, Lauren Scafidi, 9 News. I want to send things on over to Erica Lopez, who is tracking the traffic impacts here this morning. Erica, a lot of brake lights here near 25 and Arapahoe Road.
Oh yeah, Lauren, it's a big mess, and I know you even struggled to get where you are right now because of the continued delays. That travel time has continued to get worse all morning. Sky9 up and flying at 7:02 this morning, just behind me, giving us a good vantage point of what we're dealing with what Lauren was just describing, this police chase that ended on a crash at southbound I-25 and Arapahoe Road. If you're getting ready to travel on southbound I-25 through Greenwood Village, this is really one of the main thoroughfares, or if not the main thoroughfare of the morning. This is causing big headaches. A lot of congestion on southbound I-25 as folks are passing by. Onlooker delays in addition to just general morning volume this morning. So what we can see out here, several police officers, got some even in the grassy area over here. Again, Lauren mentioned that vehicle that is overturned. That still will need to be towed out of the way. So we expect this to be continuing for some time this morning. Let's take you over to CEDA. I'll run through what things are looking like that way. This camera is just really poor quality, but it's all I had for most of the morning. We can still see the flashing lights. That's that same crash. This is the disaster we're dealing with in Commerce City. Westbound 76 this morning at 96th Avenue. Looks like a parking lot. There's a crash right up ahead, and we are just dealing with gridlock on westbound 76 coming into Commerce City. Southbound 225 is also being impacted because of this crash on southbound I-25. For folks trying to get onto I-25, they're having trouble doing so. So at Yosemite Street, we are at a crawl this morning. Not terrible in the North Washington area, I-25, 58th Avenue. Let's take you over to the map. I want to run through where these trouble spots are. This drive keeps getting worse and worse every time we check in. We are over 30 minutes right now for your westbound 76 commute into Commerce City. Because of that crash at 96th Avenue, we saw it literally looked like a parking lot on the interstate. Normal for this drive time is 9 minutes. So Highway 2 Sable could be a workaround for you if you need to travel into Commerce City this morning. This is a look at delays on southbound I-25 because of the Arapahoe Road crash. It keeps getting worse. We're now slowing well past 225 all the way to Hamden and even a little bit past it to about Iliff this morning. 8-minute backup on southbound 225 in part because of delays on southbound I-25. So be careful as you get ready to head out the door this morning. New this morning, deputies with the Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office say that they've seen an increase in suspected daytime DUI driver arrests. 9 News reporter Brianna Fernandez dug into the data. She joins us live in studio this morning. How many arrests are we talking about here, Brianna?
Way too many, and this shouldn't be happening, Erica. So in the last 2 weeks, deputies have made 5 daytime DUI arrests. The latest incident actually happened this past Sunday at 2 in the afternoon. Take a listen.
Passed out at an intersection, like you didn't move whenever we pinched your car. You have open containers in your car, okay? Leads us to believe that you're possibly DUI.
So according to deputies, several people had called about this driver. When they arrived, they found the car running, the keys still inside, and the driver passed out. So once they approached the driver, deputies noticed containers inside of the car. The cup holder had an open Voodoo Ranger IPA, 13 shooter-style bottles, 8 empty dispensary tubes for marijuana joints, plus prescription medications. Deputies say that they've seen several suspected daytime DUI drivers involved in crashes as well. Most happened between the hours of 7 in the morning and noon. Here's one of the latest examples. This actually happened right at the intersection of Parker and Broncos Parkway 2 weeks ago, just before 8 in the morning. The driver was arrested, taken to jail, and after 6 hours of being inside that jail cell, deputies say the driver was still blowing almost double the legal limit.
It's kind of a two-pronged sword. During the daytime, there is a lot more traffic out, so it is harder to necessarily spot those drunk drivers that would be so obvious, especially in the early morning or late night hours when there is less traffic. But because of the increase of traffic, whether it's pedestrian traffic, construction, or just people driving, it does increase public safety and that risk to the public because of the accidents and the severity of those accidents.
And you guys, it's not just Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office. We actually found out other agencies have also noticed an increase in suspected daytime driving. So coming up at 8 right here on KTVD, we're going to break down those numbers plus a new body cam footage that we have you don't want to miss. For now, I'm in the studio. Brianna Fernandez for 9 News.
I mean, sometimes you already have drivers that are out there that are scary enough, let alone being under the influence. All right, Brianna, thank you for that. Good Wednesday morning, everybody. We're taking a live look over Coors Field this morning. We have another great day ahead of us. Get outdoors and enjoy. Pretty soon, you're going to be able to go here to Coors Field because, of course, opening day is a week from this Friday. Again, so jealous of whoever does their grass. I'll give you my address if you want to come help us out.
Yes, and it's going to feel like baseball weather today and the rest of the week, but then things change into the weekend. Meteorologist Corey Reppenhagen has more on that. Good morning, friend.
Hey, yeah, we do have a storm coming this weekend. The Rockies traditionally open up on the road every year because March weather in Colorado is typically junk. But if they wanted to open this Friday, they would have been fine, but unfortunately the Sunday game might get rained out. So I'll talk about that coming up in the forecast here as March weather marches on here. Temperatures in the 40s, 39 degrees in Central Park right now. Here's your forecast in Denver. We're going to get about 2 feet of sunshine as we go through the day here. 76 degrees for a high temperature. Just a real nice day here across the Front Range. I wouldn't be super shocked to see an 80-degree temperature reported somewhere here on the Front Range or Northeast Plains as we go through the day. We're in the upper 60s in the foothills today. So here's what we're watching here as we go through the week. These near 80-degree temperatures will continue all the way through the day on Friday. Friday night, we get a pattern change that's going to last all the way through the first week of April, and this first storm system in line looks like it's going to potentially break up our weekend plans a little bit. We've got some rain and snow on the way. I'll have more on the forecast coming up.
All right, Corey, thank you. Right now, CBI needs your help finding this missing endangered woman. 61-year-old Snow L. White was last seen on Sunday in the area of Kansas Avenue and South Madison Avenue in Walsenburg around 7 p.m. She is 5'3" with brown hair and green eyes. White was also seen driving a bronze 2018 Toyota Highlander with a license plate of DAW 906. If you see her, you're asked to call 911 or the Walsenburg Police Department. That number is 719-738-1044.
This morning, we're learning a misunderstanding led to an hours-long bomb squad investigation in Berthoud. The Larimer County Sheriff's Office got a call about this package next to the Berthoud Fire Protection District building. They called in the bomb squad, who determined it contained household items, a pressure cooker, and some hazardous chemicals. Deputies found out it belonged to a 78-year-old woman. They called her. Apparently, she thought she could leave the box at the fire station for safe hazmat destruction. Deputies told her the correct way to do that. She is not in any trouble.
Now to a story that a lot of you have been clicking on this morning. New court documents obtained by 9 News Investigates show investigators have a lot of questions about where a man was before he was accused of hitting and killing a Golden police officer. And they show that someone remotely wiped data off of his cell phone. 43-year-old Stephen Gear is charged with vehicular homicide connected to the November 6th crash that killed Officer Evan Dunn. The Colorado School of Mines professor told investigators he'd been on campus grading papers and stopped for one beer at a Golden Brewery right before the crash. However, a review of surveillance cameras on the Mines campus and 3 license plate readers turned up no sign of Gear, and 2 bartenders at that brewery told police hours after the crash that they did not recognize Gear's picture. Cell phone tower data did show his phone in the area of one liquor store that morning and near another that afternoon. A test 3 hours after the crash showed Gear's blood alcohol level was more than twice the legal limit. He is scheduled to be in court to enter a plea on April 28th. Well, today marks 1 year since the dolly collided with the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore, sending that bridge into the river. This is video of the incident from 1 year ago. 6 construction workers were killed, and according to the NTSB report, the container ship Dolly lost power after leaving the port of Baltimore. The ship struck a pillar of the Key Bridge, causing it to collapse. 8 of the 21 Dolly crew members are still in Baltimore. None of the crew members have been charged in connection with the crash. Investigators are still working to see who is responsible for the crash.
Because of the bridge collapse, the NTSB is calling on risk assessments for at least 50 bridges across dozens of states. This comes as NTSB Chair Jennifer Homedy said in a media briefing last week that if the recommending assessments were made, the state could have taken action to prevent the collapse. Right now, the NTSB is calling for assessments on 68 bridges across 19 states. Some of those include the Golden Gate Bridge in California and the Brooklyn Bridge in New York.
Well, since the collapse of the Key Bridge, Maryland's governor and the state transportation are working on building a new bridge. Work started earlier this year in January. It's a $2 billion project, and the new bridge is going to be taller and better protected against ship strikes. The rebuild is expected to be complete by the fall of 2028.